Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. This is episode 36. And that's right, I'm starting this one. How are you doing?
It's actually been a while since you started. I thought about this the other day. It's like, you chime in maybe every 10 episodes for the intro.
My voice is special.
Yeah, so we decided to really push our luck with ice skating. We talked 2 episodes ago how we did so well. We did so good. And we're like, hey, you know what? That was fun. Let's do that again.
So we decided to go to one of these things just to go out for New Year's and whatnot. And decided that it'd be okay to push our luck and go ice skating once again.
Yeah, I mean, everything went well the first time. Why would we have to worry the second time?
Hey, I gained some skills at least.
You gained some
I stumbled through that one.
You did.
I gained some skills at least from the first time doing it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought you said, but it sounded like you said 2 other words in there too. Yeah, and so we go, and it's smaller than the first time we went.
Yeah.
It was untreated ice. That's going to be important here in a moment.
This thing was just built inside a tent.
More or less. Yeah. A big tent. It wasn't like a camping tent.
No, but it was a tent.
Yeah, and they didn't have a Zamboni, so the ice wasn't smooth. It had all the ice shavings on top and everything, which is important here in a little bit. And so I'm like, okay, maybe the ice is better, or the shavings are better because you'll grip it a little bit more. Maybe you won't fall. And you finally took your first fall.
I did. I think, okay, so to start this off, I had requested one of those walker thingies.
Yeah, like the trainers.
Yeah. And I couldn't reach it just because of how small they were. They were made for little kids.
Yeah.
And I gave up using that in the first 2 minutes.
That, and because of the shavings, you couldn't push it anywhere because it's just getting caught.
I was just like a cartoon.
A cartoon.
Or in cartoons where a character starts running, but they run in place first.
Oh yeah, that was exactly you.
So I gave up on using that. I did gain a little bit of traction and momentum to push myself. I got a little bit too confident and started speeding up, not realizing that it's untreated ice.
That's how I realized when and I had to verbally tell you hey, let's slow down because I see you start speeding it up a little bit more. I'm like, hey, remember where you are right now. So yeah, you sped up. And
I felt myself slipping. So I leaned. What's the past tense of lean?
Leaned?
Leaned? It's not lent.
I don't know. You're talking about the guy who can't even get through his sentence.
One of those words. I did that. I tilted myself forward. There you go. I tilted myself forward to stop myself from falling backwards. And that didn't help. And I fell flat on my ass and my side.
You did the death wobble thing.
Wobbled,
and then
yep. I wobbled.
I was right behind you. I caught you.
And stepped on my hand.
And yeah, stepped on your hand with the blade. Luckily, you were wearing gloves and the blades weren't sharp. So that's a positive. I think what happened was I came up behind you, grabbed you from your armpits to try to ease your fall a little bit.
Or at least stop me from falling.
Yeah, and so as I was doing that, your hand went down and then my foot came down to rebalance myself to not fall as well.
Yeah.
And then that's when I looked down and saw my foot was on your hand. Luckily, you're okay. We took a little bit of a breather and let you recover a little bit, make sure you were completely fine. And I didn't just break your finger.
Yes.
And then we're like, hey, you know what? Let's just go back out after you're better. So we're going, and then taking it easy this time. You're going slow. We're making sure you don't get overconfident again. And then I start going backwards slowly.
Yes.
And catch I think it was an edge. You said it was an ice ball.
I felt a lot of ice balls.
Okay. I caught something on my blade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm typically good at ice skating.
Okay.
I can balance, I can go. The stopping is the hard part for me. I can't stop. So I hit this whatever it was, and it's just like on rollerblades or on a skateboard when you're going and you hit a pebble and then your momentum just says hey, we're gonna keep going forward even though it stopped. I went backwards and crashed my back of my head off of the ice.
You bashed your head. From what I saw, it looked like twice.
I felt once.
Initially from when you first fell, and then your head came up and then it went back down again, and that's when I heard the giant thud.
Oh.
And I think I was like about 6 feet away.
If that, like 4-ish.
4 or 5 feet away.
Yeah.
To the point where like even if I couldn't help you up.
No, I mean, it's like you're already having difficulty balancing yourself. There's no way you're going to come help me.
Exactly.
And I'm just laying there on the ice.
You laid there for a good 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I had to just like, it's one of those things, my head hurts so much from that. I'm just like, I'm just going to lay here for a second and just take this all in. Because this hurts a lot.
And it's funny because there was a couple next to me who saw all this and just were checking in on you.
Yeah, and the guy's like, hey, do you need help? And I'm like, I think I'm good. So, yeah, I was laying on the ice for a little bit and then proceeded to move to my knees. And I'm just kneeling on the ice and not moving. So that we immediately just started looking up, like, what are the signs for concussions?
Oh, yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't get one.
Yeah, and surprised there wasn't blood all over the ice or something from my head.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been bad. So after all that, I mean, I felt fine, aside from a very bad headache.
Yes.
Which is a given. And we didn't see any signs of a concussion. So we're like, hey, let's just skate a little bit more. But this time, like, I didn't go backwards. I stayed forward. We were going very slow. I wake up the next day to everything hurting.
Oh.
Like, my neck hurts, my back hurts, my arms hurt. I'm like, it feels like I just got into a car accident with how bad my body hurts. And I text you and you're like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't feel anything anymore.
I mean, for the initial, I want to say an hour or two, my like hip bone did hurt.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was fine.
Well, that's good.
I can't say the same about you.
Oh man, it was one of those things that like I was still like worried about it in a sense, but because I mean you shouldn't take head injuries lightly.
Exactly.
But like aside from the headache, I was fine until the next day, and then going to bed that night, it felt like a bowling ball on my head.
Oh no.
Like on my neck muscles, like it hurts so bad, and like it was impossible for me to like get comfortable enough to sleep because of how bad my neck and head were hurting. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the doctor to get this looked at. Luckily, everything was fine. They said it was just muscle injury.
Okay.
Like just a lot of strained muscles.
Yeah.
So I've been taking ibuprofen. It's one of those things, it could have been a lot worse than it was.
Yeah.
I think this means that I'm convincing myself now that I have an unbreakable skull. I have one of the toughest skulls around at this point.
Which is like, absolutely hilarious because I saw a meme the other day of like, you know those dinosaurs with like the bare bone on their head?
Like the giant plate thing?
Yeah.
I think so,
It's like, why don't more bald men fight like this? And it's just two dinosaurs headbutting each other.
I guess the people don't know that I am bald.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we've explained.
We haven't showed cameras. I mean, yeah, if I'd be on board. Let's be like Billy Goats and just ram.
Assert your dominance.
So needless to say, second attempt was bad at ice skating, and now I don't know what a third looks like.
That was in 2024.
New Year's Eve of 2024, which means I started the new year in pain and misery.
But you left your injury in 2024.
No, because I'm still dealing with it.
But the injury was in 2024.
It's one of those things of just like the new year came around and like, all right, well, I already screwed this year up. Let's try again in 2026 because this is not the way to start the new year.
It can only go up from here.
Yeah, fingers crossed on that one.
Which, I guess we didn't even say this. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, even though this comes out weeks after New Year's.
At the time of this recording, it's the first recording of the year.
At least now I have an excuse for if I'm stumbling over my words and whatnot.
I have a head injury. Just milk that shit.
I have a minor head injury.
Oh, could you imagine if you went into work wearing a neck brace?
I was kind of hoping for that. Going to the doctors, I'm like, it's going to suck if I have to get a neck brace. But the comedy out of it, going back to work after 2 weeks in a neck brace, tops being in pain. I would love
You
that.
should go to CVS and get one. Just to fuck with people.
But is the money worth the joke?
You can always return it.
I don't return things.
Then give it to me, I'll do it.
You're always trying to get me to return stuff.
That's why they have that policy.
I know.
They have it for a reason.
I return things if they absolutely need to return stuff.
Fine. Give it to me and I'll return it.
No, but you need the original card and stuff.
Not really.
Oh, I guess I could give you my card.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2025 already not looking up for me, but we'll see how it goes throughout the next
You got
weeks.
this.
I think the next time we go ice skating, it just needs to be, I need to wear like a hockey helmet or something, or bike helmet.
Just dressed up like the Michelin Man.
Yeah, I just need something to prevent my head from getting hit again. I was thinking about that too. Like, I wonder if my head is so sensitive now. Like, what if I have my cabinet door open and I bump my head off the cabinet door? Is that going to knock me out or something because I already have this brain injury?
Let's hope not.
I just keep thinking, like, with how clumsy I am, I always bump my head off of stuff. So,
You have mentioned this before of like, what is with you and head injuries?
what have I mentioned before?
The bee.
Oh, yeah. The bee stung me in the head.
This happened
I don't know. Have you ever been knocked out?
to the point of unconsciousness.
That's what knocked out means, yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Have you?
Twice.
Story time.
The first time was on a trampoline. And
Not expecting that.
I don't know what happened. I just remember I was on the trampoline and then I was off the trampoline and I woke up on the ground. That's the only thing I remember.
Jeez. What the fuck did you do?
It's not a good story because I don't know what happened in between the two events. I just know, I just was jumping and playing and then I woke up on the ground and everyone's staring at me. And I was like, what just happened?
You probably jumped up and just hit the ground, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. And now thinking about it, I probably should have went to the hospital that day.
I feel like you need to bring up all this to the next doctor's appointment you have. just so they could actually check you thoroughly.
Here's all the things I never got checked on as a kid. Because I didn't even tell my parents about that, I don't think.
Oh, they weren't there?
No. This was at like a friend's house.
Oh, okay.
So I walked home and I don't recall telling them. I don't know. The second time, again, I don't know what happened, but it was in Pittsburgh and I wasn't feeling well.
Okay.
I went upstairs and I sat on my bed. I'm like, what is so off with me right now? I go downstairs. I remember going into the living room and my roommate looked at me and I said, I don't feel good. And then I woke up on the floor. Apparently, I never said I don't feel good. In my brain, I did tell him that. He said I never said those words. And I passed out and hit my head off the wall whenever I fell. And so then my roommates woke me up and I had to go. I went to the hospital that night because I'm like, that shouldn't have happened. I don't know what went on. And they couldn't even figure out what happened or why I just blacked out.
Maybe that's like why you got vertigo or get vertigo sometimes.
No, because the first time it happened was right before COVID.
Oh, okay.
I never had vertigo ever again, like prior to that.
Oh, huh.
So yeah, those are my two knockout stories.
Whoa. Glad to know they're alive.
Although it's scary of why they couldn't figure out why I got knocked out the second time.
Yeah, that's weird.
I kind of remember the feeling too, like it was in my belly-ish region, and it just felt so weird and odd. Like I never felt like something like that before, and then I passed out. The doctors kind of like thought it was a kidney stone.
Oh, okay.
That the pain was just so high that it took me out. I don't know.
Well, let's hope that you don't pass out anymore.
Yeah, I didn't get knocked out with my head slamming into the ice.
Yeah.
That's a positive thing.
Whoa.
Okay, from your perspective, what would you have done? I go down, you hear the thump. I'm not moving. What happens next?
I freeze there because I can't do anything. I either get that guy who's sitting or standing next to me to come drag you over, just pull you off the ice by your foot or whatever.
Like a puppy dragging something large.
Have him lay you down on one of the benches, and I'd be the one calling the police or ambulance, I guess.
I don't think you should be moving someone though.
Not with a head injury, no.
So everything you just described is the
thing that I
worst
shouldn't
thing for to be saying.
do. Then I guess just call the ambulance, I guess. Flags people down and have them clear off the rink.
Call the ambulance as you stumble your way to the exit to get off at the ice rink. Holding onto the guardrail, trying to pull yourself off.
Yep.
I need to hurry, and then like take 5 minutes to get to the exit.
Just using that to like pull myself off.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't as bad as
I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah. Next time, probably have a helmet.
Next time, let's do something safe.
That too. Also, because we're just to the age now where like shouldn't be risking that kind of thing. But also, I did joke about it with like me stumbling over my words too. But if things feel off, it's because my head is still hurting and I'm still recovering. So it might not.
You're on drugs right now.
I am, and so I hope that it's just like I can keep my train of thought throughout everything I'm doing.
Yes, but you're not the only one, at least this year, to have wrecked your body over something silly.
Oh, what's that?
So, do you know that your jawbreaker can actually break your jaw? Because that's what happened to this girl.
It's like they print the warning sign in the title of the thing.
It is named that for a reason.
We are naming it this.
Because
believe us.
So this girl and her friend got one of those giant jawbreakers, those 3-inch ones. Which have you ever had those?
Ever have one of those? I have. They used to be my favorite as a kid.
Really? I've never had one.
Have you ever had the small ones?
I think. I forget what they look like.
Just a ball. I think they used to come in packs of like 4 or 5 or something, like small plastic packs.
Maybe. It's just one of those things of like, I've had, do you remember like back in the day when there was like, you'd go to like a grocery store or like any store and they'd be like, put a quarter in here and you get candy out.
Yeah.
I used to do that all the time. And I think I did that once for Jawbreakers.
Oh.
But you were able to bite into them, right?
No.
The small ones?
No.
Maybe they weren't Jawbreakers then.
I think you're thinking of the gum from the machines.
Probably.
Because that's all what I went for all the time as a kid.
Okay, yeah, that's probably it then.
Well, can I get a gumball?
Gumballs, yes, okay. Yeah, so I don't think I've ever had a Jawbreaker ever.
I sent you an image of what the solo ones look like. It's not a pack of 3, it's just a pack of, it's 1.
See, I've seen those.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think that was ever appealing to me to get one of those.
This is one of those things like a mint or something. You just plop in your mouth and it lasts you literally all day. But the big 3-inch ones that we're talking about here would last weeks, if not more, because of just how long it would take to get through it. How
would you store it?
Kind of like...
You just put it in a Tupperware container?
More or less, or just like a Ziploc bag.
That's kind of nasty if you think about it.
Oh, 100%.
Just licking it and then putting it back in a bag.
Thinking back to how messy the giant ones were, because you had to hold it and there's like your hands would get all coated in like the sugary stuff, and then you're like trying to just licking one spot over and over again, trying to get it to go through the layers.
So what this girl did was she and her friend bought a Jawbreaker, and apparently they have a gumball inside in the center.
That must be new because I don't remember that at all.
Okay. So to reach that, she became impatient and decided to bite into it.
Oh, no.
And the second she bit down, her friend was like, "Your tooth is chipped."
Ugh.
And they went to the hospital where the girl got an x-ray done, and the doctors saw that she has 2 fractures in her jaw.
Oh my god. No.
So the doctors obviously put her jaw back into place, but she had to like stay in the hospital after getting her jaw wired shut for 6 weeks.
How miserable would you be having everything wired shut?
I don't think I've ever had anything wired shut, but I've had a jaw expander.
What's that?
So back in 2019, I've never had braces as a kid, and I've always needed one, and my dad never really saw the importance of it until my teeth started becoming severely, I think it was an underbite, but my tongue was also like pushing my teeth out, so it was just like that.
That looks like a saw trap.
Yeah, so basically this keyhole thing in the middle, you get like a key and then you just like twist it down.
Oh.
And basically what those things are, it just pushes your jaw out.
No.
I've had that for like 8 weeks, 10 weeks, I think.
That's terrible.
I hated it because you could only eat a very select few like amount of things. Like I was on pudding cups and applesauce for the first 3 or 4 days. And then they're like, yeah, you could slowly start introducing solid foods. And once your jaw has become used to it. But even then, you can't have everything. You can't have like corn or like anything that'll get stuck in there. You can't have chips or anything. Only very soft breads. And even that, you have to like drink a lot of water to like rinse it all out. I had to use a water floss.
Oh, okay. Like the water pick thing.
Yeah, to like rinse it all out after eating. And that was just such a terrible experience because I had to do that when my family flew out to New York. And then from there, we went to Canada to visit family. All this time, I had to like bring my water pick with me. And I just hated it.
I would just stick to applesauce and pudding. Like, I'm not even going to bother with the...
For 6 weeks?
Yeah. I'm not going to deal with this.
Yeah. I mean, I was becoming very tired of all that.
I bet.
I just wanted like a solid... Like, I just wanted good food.
Just something that isn't that.
Exactly.
But imagine... All right, so I mean, it clearly labels... Hey, it's a jawbreaker. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it will break your jaw.
It's in the name.
Well, first of all, do you think the creators of Jawbreaker are like, holy shit, it actually does break your jaw?
I mean, yeah, probably. But it's like, now I kind of want to know who is the creator of the Jawbreaker.
You know, I looked this up a while back.
Okay.
I don't know why I did, but I think it was like some Italian guy or something.
Oh, okay.
But imagine if other candies lived up to their name like this.
I'm trying to think about it.
So the first thing that comes to my mind, this would be perfect for Laffy Taffy to have a collab with...
Collab with?
Marijuana dispensaries. Like, it's already Laffy Taffy. You're going to eat it, you're going to laugh. That's what it is.
There you go.
It's in the name. It works. Like, just like with a double bubble gum.
Ooh.
Like, I would love to be able to blow 2 bubbles with that bubble gum.
Oh, I thought of another thing.
What?
Lifesavers, but like, you could chew it, but like, it's like baby aspirin that you chew.
Oh, that's a great idea. I know. Oh, that's a very good one.
Copyright, I'm taking that one. Eli Lilly, get the fuck out of here.
Or not even, you don't even stop at like baby aspirin, just like ibuprofen can work with that too.
Oh, true. Like any pain reliever.
See, these are
our ideas. We're taking this.
This could so easily be done.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of any more though.
No, I can't either.
$100,000. You get that candy bar and
where's my money?
Exactly.
Bitch better have my money.
$100,000 inside every single one.
Oh, could you imagine if they did what the whole Snapple thing did?
What's that?
With the flipping over the bottle cap and like you win shit.
Whatever happened to those?
I don't know.
Because even like Pepsi used to do that a lot.
Oh, did you see the documentary that Netflix did?
No, I want to.
I did a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it? The Pepsi Where's My Jet?
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
It's interesting. I'm not going to spoil it, so you can watch it.
Okay. There's always been that stuff like that where there's always these contests of you had to buy a... And it always confused me because it's like, oh, you got to buy a bottle of Pepsi, but then you read the bottle, it's like, no purchase necessary. How am I supposed to get the code if I don't buy the Pepsi?
Can I ruin one tiny thing for you?
Go for it.
Because you were able to, as long as, like for the Pepsi one at least, as long as you had 10 points for something that you want to go for, you could buy the rest.
What do you mean?
Each point was worth 10 cents. So you could literally just give them money and they'd give you points.
But that comes down to purchasing. You're still purchasing things for the points.
Well, you're purchasing the points.
But that's still purchasing. And you say no purchase necessary.
So can I just take this?
Is this why they don't do these things anymore?
Yeah, there's a lot of legalities behind that.
That goes with like all the toys and cereals too.
Oh, with the free little thing in the box?
Yeah. Did you ever get that as a kid?
I think I did a few times. Back before it was like banned or whatever. Or like they got rid of it.
Oh yeah, it was banned just because like you can't force kids to buy your cereal just because there's something inside of it.
Yeah. Because now it's like, oh, we have this, but you have to mail this rebate thing that's on the box in.
Oh, is that what they do now?
Yeah. Or now. Well, at least like back in 2009 it was, but now it's like, send a picture of your receipt to this email and we'll give you your shit.
So it's so much. Now you're just paying for shipping at that point.
Exactly.
I bought so many cereals as a kid, or forced my parents to buy me cereals as a kid, specifically because of the toy inside.
Wow. And it worked?
What?
You forcing your parents worked?
Well, it's not like forcing. It's I want this one.
I want this. My parents would have slapped the shit out of me in the middle of the aisle if I did that.
I'm pretty sure I even got cereals that I didn't like just because the toy was awesome inside.
You forced your parents to eat that cereal just for your toy?
Probably.
Wow.
And it was like day one of getting back from the grocery store with that box. The box was being opened and my hand was going into the bag of cereal, digging around looking for the toy. So I'm just like contaminating the entire box of cereal.
So what about your siblings?
What about them?
Like, were you supposed to share with them, or did you guys all get your own box of cereal with a toy inside?
I don't remember. This may have been before I had siblings, if I recall right. Because then later, it used to be like CDs of like games or trials of games and stuff.
Oh, I remember that one.
That was like the new era of stuff in the box.
Just useless games.
Pretty much, yeah. So that was like, we would play them together.
Oh, okay.
Since it wasn't just like a single toy, but it wasn't as fun as just getting the toy.
Aw.
But yeah, so there's this really funny story that came out where a man was pulled over for a DUI.
Oh, okay.
And whenever they were inspecting his car, they found one, marijuana.
Of course.
Which I think isn't that big of a deal. Or is that still a big deal? I don't know.
I think you can't be in possession of it when you're driving.
Oh,
it's legal to use, but if you're caught with it, or like theft of it, I don't know. Because you have to bring it home somehow.
I don't know. It could be like intent to sell or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We're not cops.
No.
But aside from that, they found a baby spider monkey in this thing. And he's driving a Rolls Royce.
Yes. Yeah. So this guy's driving a Rolls Royce with a baby spider monkey inside. First of all, where do you get a baby spider monkey?
That was my first question too.
This has to be like some sort of drug ring for sure.
But why a spider? Like if it's a drug ring, you would want like a tiger or something.
Well, I mean, with that kind of money, you could get whatever animal you want.
That's true. Which, I mean, I know I said in a prior episode that I always wanted a capuchin.
Yes.
Spider monkey was also the second one I've always would want.
Aww.
What was Zabumafu?
Lemur.
A lemur, that's it.
So, we forgot to mention that this baby spider monkey was caught wearing pajamas in the car. And there are pictures. It's the cutest little thing ever.
So it's this pink.
It's basically wearing a pink onesie.
It's so adorable.
This is the cutest thing ever. But, so I guess he was taken to a zoo?
Yeah, because
you have to care for it properly.
Yeah. But yeah, it comes down to where would you even go to get this? Who would you have to know in order to get a baby spider monkey?
Because it's illegal in California to own monkeys.
Which goes back to just a couple of weeks ago, we were just talking about this too. It just seems like each week that goes by, we're learning more and more about the world and like how people can just own these things.
Yeah, but then it's like, how? And teach us.
Teach us. I'm going to come over to your place sometime and you're just going to have a spider monkey just sitting there, and then over in this corner is a capybara. Just like, where are you getting these things from?
Do you want to pet them? They're so cute.
The spider monkey's riding the capybara.
Look, they can do tricks.
I saw a video once of a woman who got a monkey. It may have been a capuchin. And just like trying to take a video of herself with the monkey, but she's just like crying because the baby monkey is just jumping back and forth on her head across everything, knocking things over. And she's just like, I can't do this.
Then why have it?
Exactly. It's like you don't realize how much energy a monkey has until you have one, I guess.
She's really making that one nursery rhyme come into life.
Nursery rhyme.
With the 5 little monkeys who jump on the bed.
I don't know that one.
Whoa. Wow. Okay.
I don't know what to say. I don't know that one.
Wow. That's the one that goes like 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell down and bumped his head.
Okay, this is starting to come
And
back.
Mama called the doctor. The doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
What happens when you get down to the 1? Let's skip a few numbers.
No more monkeys.
Oh, okay.
They all just jump on the bed. Party, bitch.
Okay, that's starting to ring a bell. I think I may have heard that one.
Do you remember any nursery rhymes at all?
Yeah, of course.
Like
the OG ones.
Like
Humpty Dumpty. That was my shit as a kid.
Humpty Dumpty was your guy.
Hello, Miss Muffet. I know that one.
Okay.
What's the other ones? Rockabye Baby.
Wow.
That was my sleep soundtrack.
That was your white noise.
This one's fire.
Again, Mom.
What other ones are there? I can't think of anymore.
Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Okay, yeah, no.
The cow jumped over the moon.
What was the cow jump over the moon?
I forget, but all I know is a cow jumping over a moon. I'm a little teapot.
Little teapot, yes. What is the cow over the moon one now? Damn it.
I don't know. I forget. Are we really just Googling nursery rhymes?
I'm looking it up right now. Oh, here it is. Hey Diddle Diddle. I remember that one.
Oh, do you remember Puff the Magic Dragon? That was my shit as a kid. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
I only know it as a weed reference.
Puff, puff, pass.
Puff the Magic Dragon. That's a weed reference.
Okay, Cheech.
Wait, what was that? Was that an actual song?
Yeah.
Why do I've never heard of that one. Peter, Paul, and Mary sang it.
I don't know who those are.
And there's also articles that say the innocent meaning of Puff the Magic Dragon. Yeah, I'd never heard that song. So
okay. Ring around the rosies.
Pocket full of posies.
Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns was our jam when we would play the recorder in school. Did you ever have to play the recorder?
Oh, all the time, yes. I was good at it. Thank you very much.
Of course you were. That tracks.
Why?
Considering you're a music person.
That is true. I remember it was like when we had the recorder, our very first lesson was like, oh, you got to learn a song. And I just refused to do it until the day of. And I just went with it and faked it. And I got a bad grade. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to learn how to play this thing. Can you still buy those?
I think so. I think those are still even like required in schools.
Oh, is it still?
I don't know. I can't remember.
We can buy one for $5.
Let's get it. Our first merch item is a recorder.
You know what really is pissing me off lately? If you go to Google and go to the shopping tab, every single thing now is Temu.
Really?
In the thing. It's either Temu or Amazon. You cannot buy anything from anywhere else.
Jeez.
I'm looking this up and my top ones are Amazon, Temu, AliExpress, and eBay.
Wow.
What is happening with online shopping now?
Yeah, really.
This is like I was trying to find a watch tool for a watch I just bought, and everything is Temu. And I'm like, I don't want to buy from Temu. I'm never going to buy from Temu.
Fraud. Yeah.
It's to the point where like, I feel like it's almost to the point where we're just like, fuck the internet. We're done. We're going to go do something else.
You know what I was thinking? What if net neutrality passes?
Are they trying to do that again?
I don't know.
Because they already tried, like 3 times?
They'll try for as long as they can.
Because, I mean, they tried with TikTok for 3 times, and now it's finally getting canceled, I think.
We have, like 15 days left of TikTok?
Yay.
So, if you guys watch us on TikTok, go move on over to YouTube.
Yes. But, I mean, just like with everything else, how fast before someone develops a new app that does the same exact thing?
Exactly, yeah. Because we had Vine before, and Twitter took that away from us. And then we had Musical.ly, which then became TikTok.
No more short form content. How many times do we have to teach you?
Brain rot, assholes.
It really is.
I mean, but you can actually also get some good information off it. It just depends on what you're watching. If you're watching brain rot, your algorithm will be brain rot.
Yeah, but it's also, it's so annoying of YouTube acts like this all the time where if I need, okay, so a while back I had to repair my kitchen sink. I look up a video of how to do it, and then for weeks after that, I'm getting shorts on kitchen sinks and I'm getting recommended videos on kitchen sinks. I'm like, I just needed one video. All I needed was this one thing. Why?
This is why you sign out or use incognito when you're watching something like that on YouTube.
That's a good point. it's like YouTube sees you watch one thing outside of your normal, and it's like, oh, now they're into this.
Yeah, because that's what just happened to me with my camera. So I just bought a new waterproof camera that could take 30 feet underwater.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I just wanted to know how to use it because I'm like, I don't want it to get water damage.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, apparently I think you could just dunk it in and it'll be fine. But now every single video recommended to me is things you didn't know about this camera, or like, this is what you could do. Oh, watch me use this camera on my first solo trip to Brazil or some shit. I'm like, I don't care. You guys didn't provide a manual for this shit, so I wanted to watch something. I don't want to know everything now.
Yeah, I don't care about all this camera stuff. The only time that comes in handy is when you watch a lot of band stuff.
Yeah.
And then it starts recommending you new bands, and it's like, okay, this is cool. I'm into this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like my YouTube shorts lately have been BMX bike racing, mountain bike racing. And I'm like,
why?
Where did this come from? Why?
I knew you went ice skating, so they're like, oh, this guy likes thrills.
He's into extreme sports. I'm surprised I didn't get a bunch of videos on concussions or something.
Just watch. Now that the phone is listening, you will.
I know. The day after, which was the first New Year's Day, I think I spent most of my day just on the couch watching shorts because I'm like, I'm not in the mood to do anything else.
I mean, you couldn't really with your head in pain.
My head hurts. I'm just going to watch YouTube shorts.
Until my head hurts.
Which probably didn't help my brain anymore.
No.
All right, but to wrap up this episode, we have one more story, which is it's one of my favorite things. Not one of my favorite. It's always entertaining to watch those videos on what is it? World Star. Is that what it's called, right?
World Star, yeah.
Yeah, World Star, or just sometimes it pops up on YouTube of just shit going crazy at fast food places.
Yeah.
Like all out brawls at a Krispy Kreme, or people throwing chairs and stuff at a Denny's in some place. That just reminded me of that one band. Denny's, what the fuck is up?
Oh, yeah.
A band that played at a Denny's, and there's just mosh pits in the Denny's. Which I would love to see the camera zoom out and there's just an old couple in the corner trying to enjoy their meal. This band is just playing. Oh,
you know what would be horrible? Because I've seen pictures of this of how somebody's significant other passed away or whatever, and they take their ashes or a picture frame with them to a Denny's or an IHOP or whatever, and they set them across the table and have a meal.
Yeah.
And could you imagine if some shit like the whole Denny's mosh pit thing happened while this poor old man is enjoying one final meal with his dead wife?
I'm just trying to enjoy my food, and these kids were just throwing fists and beating each other up.
My wife died.
With all this junting.
Junt.
So, I'm surprised we don't get more reports like this all the time because of how often it happens. But
oh, yeah.
At a Jack in the Box, a customer ordered a combo meal or a few combo meals.
Yep.
And it was missing curly fries.
Yep.
So the customer decided to start yelling at the employees, and then a fight broke out.
So she started yelling at these customer service front of house people, basically just swearing up a storm of how they forgot her one curly fries. And as she was berating them, these people jump over the counter and start beating the living shit out of her. And of course, the first thing you would do in that situation of is apologize and be okay, let me get you what you need. And just to
Right.
make them go away, honestly. But then she wouldn't be happy about that, the customer.
Right.
And so that's when the people... Oh, okay, so I'm reading this now. The woman started screaming and hurling the display signs from the counter at the workers.
Yeah, I was going to say, this... At first, whenever you said, they jumped the sign and started beating her up, I'm that's funny, but at the same time, I was that seems very unprovoked. Yeah, she threw signs at them.
Yeah.
And so that's when they retaliated.
Yes.
Imagine, you're just... First of all, this just takes hangry to a whole new level. Imagine, you're trying to just walk into this Jack in the Box.
And just see this.
Imagine you and I, we walk in, we're just hungry. We want to get some food. And like this, it was like, oh, here's a Jack in the Box. This is the only option we have. Let's go in. We go into a sign being thrown across the counter, and then the employees jumping the counter and just kicking the shit out of this lady.
I feel like you would be the one to walk out. I would be the one to stay and watch.
I feel like we would stay in between those double doors and we'd stay in the middle.
Just watch from the window.
We'll just be watching through the window. You'll be the one with your phone like, I need to get a video of this. Go. At what point would you be like, all right, maybe we should just go somewhere else?
Yeah, really. See, this is why we should just stay in a drive-thru.
It's not fun regardless. Either way, you're waiting 3 hours for one thing.
That's also very true. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
With a fight breaking out?
Not a fight. Well, sure, a fight, but also like somebody being really angry.
No, actually.
Really?
I'm trying to I'm playing through all the moments in my head and I can't think of the only time I can recall is being at McDonald's and one of the ladies was yelling at us because of our salads or something like that. But even then, we're just like, yeah, just take it up with whoever, management or something.
Yeah, really.
There you go. And we sent her on her way. We didn't care.
Oh, wow.
What about you, though?
It was when I was working at Burger King, I also had school. So I only usually worked night shifts or weekends.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was a weekend where I first come in for not an opening shift, but still in the morning. And so I get there at 9 or 10, I think. And I come in, I start putting my stuff away, or I had to pass by people to put my stuff away. And this one guy starts yelling at me for because he's like, where the fuck is my coffee? I've been waiting here for 10 minutes now. You guys still haven't given my coffee. I'm like, I look at my coworkers, I'm like, what? What is going on? And the guy who was initially at the counter was like, sit the fuck back down. She just got here.
He said that? Hey, you gotta handle it.
Yeah. You get your coffee, bitch. Sit the fuck down. But I'm like, okay, cool. That's happening.
All right, I'm getting back to work now.
I'm going back home.
Speaking of, okay, yeah, you just reminded me of one. I was at Starbucks and this guy came in, a military guy or whatever. And so he comes in, he's like, oh, I just want a medium black coffee. And we're like, oh, do you want this blend or do you want this blend? He's like, I just want a black coffee. It's like, okay, yeah, but this one is more dark. This one's more mild, blah, blah. He's like, and he just went off at that point. And he's like, I just want a fucking black coffee. How hard is it? Just a black coffee. Just give me a black coffee. And we're like, all right.
Wait, to you? Or just in general?
I was there.
Oh, okay.
My boss was the one at the counter. I was the one getting the drinks.
Okay.
And so we just got him black coffee. And it was I think the one we gave him was expired and it wasn't good.
That's what you get.
That's what you get.
Have you ever done that?
What?
Mess with people's food if they were rude?
Oh, 100%.
What'd you do?
Specifically at McDonald's or Starbucks. Because something about Starbucks, it just attracts the rudest people sometimes.
Yeah.
So if they were rude, they got decaf instead of normal espresso. So it's enjoy your non-energy because you're not going to get it on this one. I would purposely burn the milk.
Wow.
I would do less syrup than what's required or more syrup and make it even more sweet than what they wanted it to be. And they were on their way. You don't know what we're doing to your drink here, but you're not going to like it.
That's mild compared to what I did.
Oh, no. What did you do?
Sneezers. Coughing.
Oh, no.
If they were rude, because I would hear it too. Sometimes I'd help out in the kitchen. I was mainly the cashier, but if it was short in the back, then I'd go in the back and help. And so every time I hear something on my headset or in the front, I'd be like, okay, let's make a note of this order and do something to it.
This is why you're never rude to people who handle your food.
Exactly.
Because, even at McDonald's, if there was someone rude, you got the oldest of old nuggets or the oldest burgers and just whatever we had that's been sitting for a long time.
I would always shortchange them nuggets, give them 8 instead of 10. If they were really nice, I'd give them 12.
Oh, yeah. We did that a lot. Back whenever I was at McDonald's, if someone from a band came in that I knew, in a local band, and they ordered a 10-piece, they'd get 20 in the single boxes. However many we could fit in that one box.
I remember I was working drive-thru one day, and it's this one lady came over, and she was like, all I want is an ice cream cone. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Just come on over and I'll get that for you real quick. I take her $1 because it was $1 at the time. And she hands me $1 and a $20. And she's like, this is your tip. Just quit here as fast as you can. Work somewhere else.
Aww.
And so when I went to go make her ice cream, I gave her like the biggest swirly cone.
Here's an extra large. Barely even balancing.
Like, this is for you, girl.
It was one of those things of, you hear these stories of people who are just like a waiter or something, and they get like a $5,000 tip.
Yeah.
It's like, I want that.
Where's mine? But no, we have to sit in an office all day.
I know.
It was my tip.
Do I get a tip for just sitting at my desk nicely?
So far being a good boy. But we should wrap up here.
Yeah, it's getting to the end. If you like that episode, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Go follow our YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram over at Intersint Pod, and we will see you next week.
Bye!